This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Hi, everybody.
Oh,
Cracking
g'day.
show today.
Today is the Golden Mile.
I know so many of our listeners brought the gold today.
Now, we don't know if you're listening. We could be doing this podcast for no one. We are talking about, in today's show, doing your job for no one. And you will hear from Lisa from Warwick. And you will head to Fremantle.
That's right.
Yes, you will.
That's right. If you've got the opportunity to go to Freo, she will give you the reason.
We were talking about volunteer regrets, and we got a couple of stories that went for days.
We had regrets.
They went for days.
We regretted asking.
We were looking at each other going, what's happening here? Can we get out of this at any stage?
Harry Connick Jr. is on the show as well. A little bit of chat about Vegemite.
I talk about some issues that I'm having with my car. And also, I think we may get stuck into Ellie's Juicy Plum.
Nathan, Nat and Sean.
On Nova 937.
It's 356, Nathan, Nat and Sean. Morning, everybody.
Morning, Natalie.
It's Wednesday. Nathan.
Hello,
Sean.
We just we're with
He was
him.
right there.
Are you serious?
He just did the sport during the news, and what, he's disappeared?
What if this is the time he's chosen to run off and start a new life?
Oh, he's here.
Hey.
Thanks for joining us.
Hey, team.
Can I just point out something?
Yes.
Yeah.
So Joel Creasy's doing his show from our studio.
Yeah.
Yet again, it's been catered with a bowl full of treats.
Yeah. And a jug of water.
And a jug of water. Like why when someone visits, is this...
Bend over backwards.
Is this bullshit?
But for us who are here,
There's an orange,
slaving
a chocky
away.
biscuit,
An
a
orange.
juicy bar.
And that's the stuff that's left behind. So imagine what he ate.
God, no,
Yes,
it's more
Natalie.
of that. He can have it.
Why did guests get catered and
we get
are just in the coal mine
nothing.
digging away, waiting to see if our canary dies?
Exactly.
He's sitting in my seat, by the way, and he's leaving his
Well,
bloody
here's
water
the thing.
jugs and whatnot.
He's telling everybody on air that that's my seat. You know why? Because it's got such a girly blanket on it. But no, it's Sean McManus's seat.
It's my seat. And
I
that's
don't
my
think
girly
that is-
blanket.
I don't think that's a girly blanket at all. I think that's sexist. Crochet blankets for anyone.
Well,
Thank you.
tell Joel Creasy that.
Joel Creasy, crochet blankets are for anyone.
God, we're not off to a good start, are we? Someone's moved the pumpernickel bread. I'm not happy with that either.
I moved the pumpernickel bread. You're trying that
Yeah,
today.
we were filming in here yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Remember?
You're trying that today.
Anyway,
Harry
hi.
Connick Jr., otherwise known by Ruby as Harry was it chronic illness?
Okay. It's a bit offensive,
He
isn't
thought
it?
his middle name was Chronic.
His middle name. Like his last name's Junior.
that one. Anyway, he's going to be on our show today just after 8 o'clock. Only interview in Perth. So don't brag, but-
Get Schooled is back. Another specialist subject today. 3 questions, $1,000 up for grabs.
Super duper.
Yeah.
Yep. You can live free for 23 as well with us this morning.
All right, let's do it.
Whatif.com helps Aussies make the most out of every trip.
You can book a hotel, flight, surfboard and snorkel, all before you can say brekkie buffet.
Jump on the What If app and get started.
What if it's Aussie for travel? Hey, I want to talk about something. So I've been having, no surprise, car issues.
Because you're driving a Model T Ford, Nathan.
It's got a crank start.
The BT Cruiser is on its last tyre. Like, it's wanting to die. It wants
Well,
to
just
fly to
let it,
Sweden
Nathan.
and get euthanised.
But you keep giving it a couple of jabs just
Yeah.
to
I do.
make it
It's
feel
on
youthful
the
again.
non-resuscitate list, and I'm ignoring it.
Let it go, Nathan. Just hold its hand and let it go.
I can't. So anyway, it was back at Automasters last week with a sound, and then
So what was the sound?
it was like a
There's someone in there trying to get out.
A knock.
yeah.
It sounded like a
And you know
starter
how
motor
straight
situation
away,
for
you know how
me.
straight away.
know?
Oh no,
Have you heard that before?
that wasn't that sound, Sean. That was a
Okay.
different sound. Anyway, so then I got one of my mates on, and I said I have a listen to this, and he goes, oh, because we all become experts. And
Yeah.
he goes,
Yeah.
oh, that
Yeah,
sounds
I'm
like the oil pump. So that was last week's sound. Then I
Fuel
dropped
pump,
it
maybe?
into no, he said oil something.
Is there an oil
I don't
pump?
know, Nat. Let's not get into it that
God.
deep.
Oh, yeah,
I'm sure
okay,
there is an
continue,
oil pump.
continue.
I'm going to say there's an oil pump.
Yeah, we'll just go with
I'll
it.
Google it.
Anyway, so I took it into Automasters, and then by the time that they had got to it, because I just dropped it in unexpectedly, they said, "Oh, the noise has stopped," even though they'd heard the noise and went, "I think it's okay." So
So
anyway,
they thought, their professional opinion was that your car cured itself.
yeah, they were very excited. They thought, "Well, this is going to save us a lot on labour."
Yeah. And
So
time.
then the weekend happened.
Yep.
So the weekend happened, and then Monday morning I go to drive to work, and my car wouldn't start. It was making this sound when I turned the key.
Seatbelt, please. Isn't that a starter motor to
No,
everybody?
I know the problem. You've got a woodpecker in your car.
Sounds like a mass shooting, doesn't it? Yeah. So then...
I thought you meant there was just a bit of a knocking, but that's
No,
significant.
yeah, that was more significant than the last week's sound.
Yeah, because it's getting worse, Nathan.
So, anyway, I've taken it into Automasters, but that morning I had to get to work. So I tried to call an Uber. So order an Uber. So I jump on there and it says an Uber is 4 minutes away. So then once I confirm my Uber, it says it's 15 minutes away. So I was like, I don't have 15 minutes to stand out here, because 15 minutes in the morning when you just want to get to work is
it's critical.
in the dark.
Yeah.
So, and I'm in Maylands, could be murdered. So then I tried it with another one instead of the Uber Comfort. Yeah, I can do that. I went to the normal Uber X. Same thing. Uber 4 minutes away, and it was like 16 minutes away. And I was like, okay, this is ridiculous. So I thought, I'm going to call a cab. So my Uber ride was supposed to be $17, right?
Yes.
Max to get here in the morning. I ordered a cab. The cab arrived quite quickly. As soon as I hopped in that cab, how long has it been since you ordered a cab, by the way?
Oh, I think I took a
not
couple
that
over
long.
Christmas
Yeah.
just because they were there. But but there's already a fee straight away. You're into it.
$9.60.
Yeah, it's
you're not-
$9.60.
Because it's so early in the morning.
Well, Uber doesn't do it.
Well,
So
No, it's a different
$9.60, right? When I go in there. So with Uber, it was going to cost me nearly $18 to get here.
Okay.
$30.80 to get here in the thing. And then I forgot that some cab drivers do this. Not all. There are some great ones out there. Every time we got to a green light, he would slow down, hoping to catch the
keep you
orange
in there
light.
for longer.
And I was just amazed that someone was still pulling those tricks in this
Did he
day
then
and age.
hit the airport button as well and whack on a surcharge?
Unbelievable.
Remember I had that issue where I jumped in a cab and the guy asked me for money straight
Yes.
up?
Yes.
And I talked about that and the Swan Taxis rang me and they
Yes.
followed up to
'Cause you're not allowed to do it,
out
yeah,
because it
yeah.
just cost them time.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous, $30 when you're comparing against the 17.
I thought the price was still comparative with Uber, and I honestly...
You're ahead during surge pricing.
Surge prices is the
Yes,
one. That's
is
when
that
I've
gets
gone
you,
other ways.
yeah.
Because you go on Uber, around the corner
And it's like $80,
You're like, "Mate, I
yeah.
can walk there in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But the only relief was when I was in the cab, I didn't have to try.
Yeah,
when you're
that's
in an
right.
Uber, you have to try to win them over so your
Yeah.
rating doesn't go down.
Yeah.
And you feel like you're being tested. Like in there, I was just like miserable in the back. Meh. And like I know that I didn't care, and I could question the directions and say, "What are you slowing down the lights for?"
Yeah.
Could be was rouge one.
Nathan, I've got the answer on the oil pump. Your car does have an oil pump.
Oh.
And the way to tell if your oil pump's not working is your temperature gauge will go
No,
up.
my temperature was.
And and it says, how long can you drive
fine.
without an oil pump is a question that somebody's asked. And the answer is less than 30 minutes. So if it is your oil pump, you're in trouble.
Yeah, right.
So it's something else.
Let's back on
I'm back
Masters
to, I'm
now,
back to the
so-
woodpecker theory.
I think my
yeah.
car's worth around $3,000, so we're really hitting
To who?
So we're really hitting that stage where
Yes.
it's like, oh my God.
So coming back
Yeah.
there, yeah.
The math is like...
Can you do $2,999 worth of work on this week?
The Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Okay, I would like to... I don't know. I don't want to take the piss out of them. I want to say that I understand where they've been.
Yes, we can empathise with this
I
situation.
really do. This is SBS has a 24-hour news channel called World Watch. And here are the presenters. Look at them. They look so happy to be there.
Yeah.
Oh, look at them. Three
They're
of them. They
full
got a
of joy.
job.
Professional. They're wearing blazers.
Yep.
Yep.
Good on ya. She's wearing a blouse. Why not? Very professional. Launched last May with
Oh, they've been going
millions
a
of
while.
dollars in
Yes.
federal government funding.
Fantastic.
It receives bulletins from news outlets in 30 different countries.
Yeah.
So that is
So they're giving
way more
Al Jazeera,
informative than
Like,
this show.
Yeah, legit worldwide news.
Yeah, yeah.
Rather than just, what's
Yeah.
happening in Sydney.
Since it launched, it has consistently managed only a 0 in the ratings. Now, that means that the number of people watching is so low on average, it is not significant enough to create a score.
So, and
We can't even get a score
TV
out of it.
ratings are done by a selected number of
Yes.
households having a literal box attached to their TV that records what they're watching.
Yes.
That means that nobody that owns those boxes was watching.
Was
At all.
watching.
At all.
They are doing, these people with their blazers and their blouses and their suits, They're getting dressed every day. They're doing their rehearsals.
They're having their makeup put on.
They're going to work. And
Somebody's
there's
writing
a crew,
the news.
There's some people filming. There's a whole team there. And they're doing it for nobody.
SBS used to run test patterns that would actually score, and that does not.
Do you know what? Do you know how much money they'd save a year in like laying off the camera crew, because the camera crew will film it, no one's watching.
Yeah, that's
you might as well
right.
just do it to each other.
Yes.
You might as well just talk to each other.
I mean,
there we go. It's the same result.
Those three are the best informed people in this country. Like, they know so much stuff, but they can't share it with anybody.
And also on that, they have so little impact that not even their family and friends are watching, as it turns out.
Oh, my God.
Turns out their family and friends obviously don't have one of those boxes attached to their TV. You'd think they put their hand up.
It's mortifying for some people when you're doing your job for no
Yes.
one. It's happened to us a couple of times. One, it was at ECU, Nellie and I on stage.
It was ECU open day.
Yeah.
We're up at Joondalup,
Yeah.
and it was early in the day because it sort of started at 11 and went
Yeah,
all
that's a good
afternoon. And
excuse.
most people turn up in the afternoon, but we were on stage at 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
And it was raining.
Yeah.
And there was all these chairs set out in front of the stage.
and it seemed to me right now,
many?
it
How
seemed to
many?
me like that it was enough for the Super Bowl.
Right.
There would have been,
It was just-
there would have been probably 200 chairs set out.
Yeah.
I saw 2,000.
And
Okay, 200's a lot.
All the
200's
chairs.
a lot.
That's a lot.
There was
That's a
like
lot of
one
chairs.
lady standing under a tree over yonder, and we're like interviewing this woman on stage about her
About science
research
or
into
something.
cyberbullying.
Science or
And
something.
it's like,
And then we had a scientist come on
Yeah.
afterwards, and
Yeah.
here we are presenting them, and we're like, now welcome on stage. Well, what are we saying it to? Welcome to I get on and be like, welcome on stage. It's like, I
Yeah.
might as well just say, Nelly, I'll just get the guy. Like, why are we doing this?
I think the lady with the umbrella over yonder was actually the next person we were interviewing, so she was just waiting for her slot.
To no one. Why did we go ahead?
Now, the people who rendered your services, were they like really happy with it? Oh, great job.
Well, they
guys.
seemed
Oh,
they were
didn't like-
very encouraging.
Like, they were like, oh, yeah, keep
That's
going.
great.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Why?
Can you come back next year?
Why are we keeping on going?
I think their theory was that people would hear us and flock.
My thing is,
There was no
my thing is
flocking.
let's stop it now. Like, you save money on electricity. This microphone's chewing up power. Like, what's the point of this? Anyway, so the other time for us, and we all felt this one, was when we did an appearance at the Telstra store. There used to be a Telstra
Yes.
store just
Just down
on
in Subiaco.
on Hay Street here, and it was on the day of Will and Kate's wedding, and Masto was there. It was the first time
Yes.
we really ever met Masto, so they had some West Coast Eagles there as well, and
I think Aaron Sanders.
I think Aaron
Aaron
Sanders.
Sandler, and I think
there
it wasn't like it was a 1 hour or 2 hours. I can't remember.
I think it was
my-
two.
It was 2 hours because we're doing it to get a free iPhone.
Yes.
Because we get paid in iPhones here. So anyway, and like literally a woman
One
and her
lady
daughter,
came, yes.
a woman and her daughter came in, and you could tell. And then she was like. And there was more of us than there were of customers.
Yes.
It was so more. And the Telstra staff, I think, were going, they're supposed to pull in the crowd. What's
Yeah, I
going
know,
on?
but it's like there was a royal wedding on. And that lady, then she and her daughter left. And then about 45 minutes they came back
They
again
came
because they
back.
felt so sorry for us.
They did. But we were able to watch the wedding on TV because no one was
So
interrupting.
we just sat there and watched the wedding on TV. Well, and then at the end, we put our hands out and got an iPhone and left.
So bad.
Can I add one more on? We're on a bit of a
please.
roll. I don't know.
Yes.
We used to do footy slappers.
Oh, yes, yes.
Our whole team.
We're-
The whole
okay.
team of people with us.
Yeah, so
We
footy
would go-
slappers was imagine
Team
like a thing that rotates. It has footballs on there. It slaps people in the face as we ask them questions. Go.
Yes.
Yeah. So then our boss at the time, he thought it was a great idea that if people registered, we would go out to their individual workplaces
Yes.
and or possibly houses, but we'd go out to
No, it
these
was
workplaces
workplaces, yeah.
and do the game with them. So we'd do this after work. We'd go there, all of us all together.
There were
with,
so many people.
There's so
there
many
was
people.
There was us three, but there was somebody to film it. There were Casanovas to set it up and take it down
it was
again.
so bad-
and I think
mortifying.
our producer used to come too, didn't
I
she? Yes. Oh, she's like, yes. I did.
Amy's like,
Yeah,
I did.
I did.
and we were rocking up to
boss.
workplaces.
And our,
some of them
and
had
our
like-
boss. And our boss.
And the promotion.
Anyway, it was
And there'd be like
ridiculous.
2 people in this
Yeah, there was like
workplace.
10
And
of
then
us.
they looked, and they were looking at us like, can you guys go?
Yeah, we're going to get back to work.
I think they were just expecting something that they
right.
weren't getting, like the entourage.
We
Anyway,
want to talk to you.
yes, we want to know, have you done your job for no one?
Yeah, or
Whether
practically
this
no one.
be in the hospitality industry.
Yes.
You know,
Maybe
might
you're a
have to
bus
do an
driver
MC
just
thing.
driving an
Yep.
empty bus around
Yep.
half
Not
the day.
getting a customer all day. That could be terrible.
Yes.
An empty bus driver.
I
That's
know.
sad.
Yes.
That's pretty sad.
Oh, he probably
But you are
likes
getting
it.
paid, so that's okay. It's
Yeah.
been quiet. But
Yes.
having your own business or something, no one's coming in.
Yeah, that's grim.
Doing your job for no one. 13 24 10. We're going to give something to someone. Tickets for them and 3 mates to go and see Briefs. Dirty Laundry at
good fun.
Fringe World. Hilarious show. Fringe World superstars Briefs are back with their new hit show, Dirty Laundry. Don't be jealous. Head to fringeworld.com.au to grab your ticket.
All right, 13 24 10. Have you had to do your job for practically nobody? And how mortifying was that exactly?
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
We're talking about when you have to do your job for nobody.
Yeah, it's a bit soul-shattering, really. We are probably doing our job for no one this morning. Well, we know we're doing it for Lisa because she's the only person that called.
Hi, Lisa. Thank you so much for calling.
Lisa, the only person to us that's listening right now is you.
I tell you what, we're on point though.
Me.
Yeah, so
Loyal
just
listener.
let us
Yes.
know what time you're listening to, and then when you're finished, we'll finish. What's happened, Lise? Have you been in this scenario?
Oh, I've had a business. It's called Get Stuffed Potatoes at Fremantle Markets, and I'm
Wait, say
constantly
that slow,
trading
say
to
that
no one.
say that slower. I didn't get your plug quite right there.
Oh, my business is called Get Stuffed Potatoes, and I trade Friday to Sunday.
Oh.
And I don't get any customers, but I still love it. I'm still there, I'm still trading.
What do you mean you at Freo Markets? You must do because there's so many people
No.
coming through.
Well, there's a reason why, because I'm in the toilet alcove, so like no one can see me.
So you can go and have a pee and pick up a potato at the same time.
Yeah, people are like, I don't want to.
I'm in the toilet alcove. Is that the cheapest rent? Is it?
It is. Oh my god!
Of course it is. But lots of
You
people
know me
pass
well,
by
it
the
is.
toilet. So you
So
would think.
okay,
Yeah,
tell
but
me. So
people don't
here
want
you
to eat
are.
on the way into the toilet.
Yeah.
They don't want to eat. It's like I'm invisible.
I mean, how quick's it going to come out?
Yeah, well, they've just gone and dropped off a spud. They don't want to put one back in.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's
Liz,
it. That's it.
Liz, tell me about. So you just want to start loading your spuds, yeah? Tell me about your load. Are they loaded spuds? What are they?
Oh, they're a bit different. So I do like a vegan one and a vegetarian because it used to be gluten-free and vegan, and that didn't work because I'm right next door to Brazilian barbecue. Vegans don't like that.
It's
So then
getting
they
better.
introduced beef, but maybe it was too late to introduce beef then because people are like, well, yeah, no.
So then the few vegan customers you had got upset because you were selling beef.
Well, they
as
didn't
well.
come back. They didn't have enough strength to walk back.
I've ruined it all. Now even the vegans don't come.
You were thinking Freo though, Lisa. You'd call well.
I know.
Well, that's
I mean-
why I started it. I thought vegan, Fremantle,
Okay, so-
gluten-free.
So, Lisa, you turn up for work. You open your stall.
do.
And
I'm there.
you've got your potatoes ready to go. Everything's chopped up. You're all good. And then you just wait? Is it what do you
I just
do?
sit there. I make my own fun.
Yeah, okay, doing what?
Sweetheart.
Or sometimes I sing, like I play music really loud. People are like, I love your music.
Oh, that's
I
nice.
smile.
Um,
I talk to people.
how do you
Sometimes I just step outside the stall and I'm like, hey, how you doing?
Oh, no. How do you pre-prepare your potatoes? Are they having what do you have to do?
I deep fry them, so not that healthy. But they taste good.
Oh, the vegans would love that.
Come down and try
But
them.
what
right
do you
now
put
they're
in them?
free
So-
because I've got no customers.
What do you put in them?
Plenty of potatoes.
Give us an idea of what you chuck in a stuffed spud there.
I'll give you like the full roundabout of how it goes.
Okay.
So there's like a salad mix on the bottom and then a deep fried potato. I take the middle of the fried potato out and I mash it with avocado, onions and mushrooms. And then on top of that, I go lentils, chickpeas, mushrooms, onions, spinach. Then on top of that, you can either have Greek yogurt or coconut yogurt and then normal cheese or coconut cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then on top of that, grated carrot,
Yeah.
a little bit of avocado, a little bit of tomato, and then Kewpie mayo or vegan mayo.
What,
and then
all on the
that's
one?
That's a lot.
Yeah. So, Lisa, can you now
that's
give me
$15.
Can you now give me an example of a yummy one?
I'll give you the meat one. I
Yes,
feel like
please.
you like the meat one better.
Talk
So
me to the meat one. Go.
all of that minus the lentils, chickpeas, mushrooms,
Good.
onion is beef with mushrooms and onion.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's got flavours in it, so the beef one's really nice.
It's got
but
flavours.
like I said, it used to be vegan.
It's got flavours.
It does have flavour. I can't tell you the secret spices.
No, of course.
Well, why? No one's trying to get the secret. Is it a secret if no one wants to find out?
So, yeah,
True.
Lisa, how long can you do this? Going along to sit in your
honey.
potato stall.
I've been trading for for like 2 years.
Well, you say trading, but I don't know
Not a lot
that
of
you are
trading going
trading.
on.
It's not. She's just at the markets.
Look, sometimes I get customers.
Yeah.
Okay,
Not
Lisa.
frequently.
I guess the advantage is when you're going off to the bank the next day to drop off the day's
The
take.
takings.
You don't have to have a secured guard around you at any stage.
Probably not. I'm
Okay.
talking like last weekend we traded at $30 for one day.
I love you.
10 hours.
Do have a very positive
All right.
spin on it.
So
Makes
once
you very
again,
good humored about
once
it.
again, tell everyone your business.
It's called Get Stuffed Potatoes at Fremantle Market. You can find it in the toilet alcove in front of the ACDC site.
Okay, please, I implore you, if
Yes.
you're down at the Fremantle Markets, you go there and give her a go.
Run her off her feet.
Give her a go. Say the promo code Nathan, Nat and Sean, you get 80% off.
No, you get an extra spoon of lentils.
Okay, yeah, you'll get an extra spoon of lentils, and then take a photo in there and tag us in on social
Yeah,
media.
that's right.
Oh, Lisa, we're going to have to check in with you to see if there was a bumper sales on the weekend.
Well, we established also that nobody was listening to us, so I don't
no,
have a
you
lot
too.
of faith in that process.
I know, I never get through. I never get through. I was like, hang on, how come I'm getting through?
This is fate. This might be the day that your
it.
business gets launched.
It's time.
Because, Lisa, not only are you hearing this now, this will also be in Reheated
Yes.
on Saturday show as well.
Yeah.
And it'll be on the podcast as well. You're getting advertising left, right and
beautiful.
centre.
Yeah.
Oh,
we'll
I love
invoice
you
for you
guys.
for that later.
Everyone's going to be clamouring
invoice
to
me
get a
later.
stall near the toilet.
Just get $30 a day.
Yeah, the day's going to be packed. New businesses.
If we can sell 2 more spuds, that's $60 a day. That's all we need
That's
to do.
so good.
Yeah. Thank you, Lisa. You've been a joy.
Liz.
13 24 10. Have you done your job to practically nobody? You like
Always
Lisa?
so great.
Whatever it might be, in any form.
I just want to cradle her in my arms and rock her to sleep.
know.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
We were talking to Lisa, and the topic is when you're doing your job for no one. She has a stuffed potato stand at the Fremantle Markets in the toilet
In the
alcove,
toilet
which is
alcove.
not prime real estate. She
Yeah.
said there are
There's a lot
some
of- a
days
fair bit
when
of traffic going
she's only
through.
making 2 potatoes for the whole day.
It's so bad. I'd like everyone to go down there and visit her.
Yeah,
Hey,
do that.
Yeah,
do
if
that,
you're in
everyone.
Freo for Somersault this weekend,
Yes, please go and get a potato
feed up
from
before
her.
you head off.
Yep.
Gosh. Hi, Kara?
Kyra?
Yeah.
Kyra?
Kyra.
How do we say your
Yeah.
name?
It's Kyra.
Kyra. We would have got
Kyra.
that. Okay, Kyra. Have you done your job to nobody?
I have. So I work for an industry association and we have a training arm, and we thought, you know what, we want to do an end-of-year party for our apprentices. They'll love it. We'll do free drinks, free food. We'll just get them in for a couple of hours. It'll be a party.
Yeah.
We had about 200 registrations and about 10 people show up.
For
We had about
free food and
30
drinks and their apprentices. That's amazing.
Exactly. We thought it's a no-brainer. They're all going to be there.
Of course.
But we had about 30 staff there and 10 apprentices, and we were like, all right, staff party, here we go. The apprentices are here, but it's mostly about us.
Staff and 10 apprentices.
Did you put on the terps or was it just full drink?
No, free drink.
Oh, yeah, free drinks, free food. It was going to be a good party if anyone showed up, but
What did you,
Okay.
what did you do with all the leftovers?
Yeah.
With all the leftovers.
Did everyone take like a Bay Marie home?
slab?
or what?
well, it was mostly canapes and things like that. So we ate as much as we could, and we sort of said to the staff at the venue, all right, well, it's your turn now too, so have a good night.
Did the apprentices have a good time?
They did. The ones that were there had a really good time, and it was the first time we'd run it, so we sort of said, well, hopefully next year we get a few more, so we'll see how we go at the end of this year.
Oh, okay. So that was just a couple of months ago.
Oh, yeah, it was just at Christmas time.
So funny.
Let's go.
Pretty soul-destroying, but, you know.
Yeah.
Can't
Yeah.
wait for the
No, no.
2023 edition.
Exactly. Thanks, Kyra. Rachel, hello.
Hi, how you going?
Good, Rach.
Have you done your job to nobody?
Yeah, mainly on Sundays and public holidays. There was we used to work in a retail store in West Perth, and basically no one would come in, maybe one person, and I'd be lucky to make $100 for the day, and they were paying me $70 an hour.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because, I mean, West Perth is really, it's a weekday thing because it's all office
It is.
workers in there, isn't
Yeah.
it? They're not really working public holidays and weekends, are they?
No, it shuts down, and we were literally the only thing open, basically to provide a service to the people if they came in.
So,
Yes.
what sort of business was it without telling us the business?
A betting store.
Oh,
A
okay.
betting store? Why wasn't Sean there?
Because there's one
Crawley.
closer to home.
I'm
than
sorry.
West
I'm sorry.
Perth.
Now I'm super confused.
No,
If there's
I
a betting
totally
store
get why
open,
you-
Sean's in it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
Rachel.
yeah.
Wow.
West Perth. Okay, I know where that one
$70
is.
an hour to be there.
You'll never have that problem
Yeah.
from this day on.
That's right. Thanks, Rach. Sharon's in Forestfield. Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Sharon, have you done your job to no one?
Oh, yes. Many times. I'm a lecturer, and it's terrible. You can actually tell when there's an assignment due in another course because no one turns up. And students, not bloody students, but students are the biggest procrastinators, myself included.
Yep.
But and it's really, when you first start doing it, it's really awkward lecturing to no one. It's just an empty stadium, it's an empty seat.
You have to go ahead, right, because they film it. Is that the thing?
Yeah. Well, there's one person there. Yeah, they record it, they film it, all of that. It can be embarrassing because when you hear yourself back, and I'm sure you've listened to yourself on the radio.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, it's
horrendous.
You hear that awkward laugh, or you make a joke and no one else is laughing. It's just like an empty, and it's like cricket.
Sharon, this is mortifying.
And then, so say if there's one kid in there, do you ask questions?
Yes, and they get, and I will say things like, "I'm just going to stop the recording now, and we'll have a chat."
Okay.
So they do miss out on things.
Sharon,
so,
how big's the auditorium in terms of how many people would be able to be in there on a given day?
It would have been, back in the day, it was at least, there's ones for 200.
Yeah.
That was standard. Or
it's a big
even just the 30-seater.
Yeah.
And you'd get one or two people.
Yeah.
The worst thing was when a guest presenter was scheduled.
What do you say? I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry, but get up there and do it.
I buy them coffee, lots of coffee, and treats, and just say I'm
And
mortified.
people
I'm
really
so
do
sorry.
like my course.
Yes.
What was your course?
they do.
What were you lecturing?
Well, it was health information management. Unfortunately, it's been closed down now, but...
well, it sounds like everyone wanted to do it.
Yeah, that's it. No one turned up. Oh, no.
Well, we know they didn't go into the spud buying.
No, that's right. Oh, Sharon, thank you. Thank you to everyone we spoke to. You're all in the running for Nova's Free for 23, just because you got on air with us.
God, they all deserve a pat on the back
I know.
for that. Oh, really, we all loved it, actually. The tickets to go and see Briefs Dirty Laundry at Fringe World.
Well,
it's going to go to Lisa.
Of course it's going to go to Lisa.
And we
Put a
didn't
body
even
on the line.
cover this, but Lisa's from Warwick, so she's driving from Warwick to Fremantle every time to open the spud stand.
So
it's costing her
Lisa.
petrol as well.
the loaded spud stand in the toilet alcove of the Fremantle Markets.
Check
Please
'em
go
out.
check it out.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast. Nova's Free for 23.
Thanks to Liberty. Loans for free thinkers. Get ahead in 2023 and free think your dream home, car or holiday with Liberty today. Eligibility and conditions apply.
Time to put some people in the draw for Nova's Free for 23. And remember, that is $1,000 extra dollars in your bank account every single week for 2023.
Kerry, I'm sure that's got you up and about.
I am stoked on one line.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I mean, you don't sound
$1,000 of free money. You just try and do the math in a head.
Yeah, it's a
Try
lot.
to work
It's a lot
it
to
out.
take in.
Would you just save that? What would you do with it?
I think I would finally go on a big holiday.
Where are we going?
America, I think.
The
Yeah, okay.
Americas. The Americas.
That's good.
Yeah, that'd be
I'd
good.
love to
It's
go
a lot
to
of
the
fun.
Americas.
There's a lot
South
to do.
Americas, the south of the Americas.
Yeah, south of the border.
Yeah.
I'd like to do the whole.
Hard to pick where to go.
I'd love to do the whole Winnebago thing over there and then drive somewhere, just drive through and
Yeah.
go to all the little towns.
Yes,
and
it's made for a
possibly get
road trip.
murdered.
I've done a road trip through the deep south, and it was amazing fun. And the big cities that you go to, they're fine.
Yeah,
like
but it's the little
Memphis
towns and the little weird
Atlanta.
shops
Yeah,
and
they were
stuff.
fine, but the little tiny towns, so much fun.
Yeah.
They would be.
Yeah, and they look at you like you might as well. When you say you're from Australia, you might as well say you're from the moon.
I want to go to Roswell. I want to go to Roswell just to go to just from
So the aliens. you can hang out
just
with
all the
them.
alien themed cafes and motels. It's so stupid. I just want to go there to it.
Just driving through a desert like you're in Kalgoorlie, Nathan. You'll be at home.
just those towns that have got one shtick and then they just promote the hell out of it. I think that's brilliant.
Yeah. All right, you're in the running, Kerry. Well done. Alison, hello.
Hello, how are you?
Alison, what would you do with this extra money in your bank account every single week?
Not sure yet. Probably either pay half off the mortgage and go on my 30th wedding anniversary holiday, or, don't know, we'll pay the whole lot off the mortgage.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the sensible thing to do, and it's going to save you lots of money in the end.
You need to get a bit loose with some
but
of it,
you've got to
though,
have
don't you?
some fun,
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
People love a holiday, don't they?
They do love a holiday.
They
Well,
do.
who doesn't?
Let's go to Karen right now. I don't mean to make any judgment calls, but I'm guessing you're just going to chuck it in the pile because you're from Floreat.
Hi, Karen. I thought you were going to say she wants to see the manager.
No.
Morning, Karen.
Oh, I wouldn't do that to Karen anymore. Just going in the pile, is it, Karen?
It is. I'm getting very jealous of all my friends skiing in Japan, so I might go to the holiday for that next year.
By the way, everyone's doing it. You run into people all the time. That's all they're doing. Going to Japan. Best snow ever. I've never been. Never been to the snow.
To the what?
No,
You've been
me
in the
neither.
snow?
No.
No, I've never been to the snow either.
I've been to the snow.
Where?
In Halls Creek? Falls Creek? What is it?
Falls Creek.
There's a big difference between the two.
Falls Creek?
Yeah.
Falls Creek, right.
Yeah. And my cousin was heavily pregnant, and she was walking down the slope thing, and I hit her like 100 miles an hour on a toboggan. The baby was okay.
What a great story.
Japan, Karen. Do it. Have
All
a go.
right, Karen. You're officially in the running, okay? Kate, Tim and Joel could be giving you that life-changing call very soon, so good luck.
Thank you very much.
All right, plenty more chance to get in the draw as well. Obviously, get on air with us at any time. There'll be more chances across the day, and there's the Nova Play as well.
Of course.
There is.
Nathan, Nat and Sean in podcast form.
On Monday, Australian Idol is back on our screens on Channel 7 and 7 Plus at 7:30. And one of the judges that we're going to be seeing an awful lot of is Harry Connick Jr., who joins us now. Hi, Harry.
Hi.
Morning, Harry. We're very excited about Australian Idol. You've got a bit of experience, though, to be on this straight up. You've done plenty of idols.
Yeah, I did it in the States for a few years, and it was awesome. I mean, I love the show. I've always loved it. You know, I remember being at the finale for the first year when Kelly Clarkson won, and I'm a fan of the show. I think it's such great entertainment. And then I did it in the States as a mentor and a judge, and then Australian Idol called, and well, I love Australia. It just seemed like a no-brainer if it was possible to work it out with, the rest of my life, and it was. And so I had a blast coming down there last October for the auditions, and then we'll be back, soon to do the live shows, and I just cannot wait.
Oh, Blake,
Harry,
brilliant.
I'm wondering what they do to woo a big star like you. So they say, we'd love you to come over and be a judge and idol. And then do they say, like, where do you want to live? And you can go and you can choose, like, a fully kitted out hotel, or you can choose somewhere by the beach. What's the deal?
They're paying me in Tim Tams and Vegemite.
That's all it takes.
So that was easy.
I'm not sure how you'd go with Vegemite. Surely you're not just getting bucket loads of that stuff.
So here's the problem. So I've been to Australia 1,000 times, and nobody ever told me the right way to eat it. Like, you don't put a spoon in it and eat it like peanut butter. So I finally, this last trip, somebody said, make some toast, put a little bit of butter on the hot toast, and then put the thinnest layer of Vegemite over the top. I'm obsessed. So I brought some home, and I made it for my wife, and she's like, all right, this is awesome. So now I love it.
No, can I make a suggestion? You need a lot of butter. And I don't think personally, this is the way I like it. I don't like it to be like an even layer, like a thin layer on top. I like there to be little deposits here and there.
Oh, no, I think that's a pretty good idea.
Where there's a bit of But for somebody starting out, I think you've done the right way. You've started the easy way, and then you can build on that with time. And you know what else?
Yeah, I'll level up to the deposit.
It goes nicely with cheese. Just saying. Cheddar cheese. It goes very well. Mark my words.
Okay. You guys are pros, because I didn't even think about that. Somebody else said avocado on top is good too.
Yeah, also great.
Avocado toast with it.
Well, that'll work.
They said they'll give me a lifetime supply, so I'm doing Idol.
That's all it took.
Good on you, Harry. Hey, one thing about Idol in the past, because we haven't seen it for a while in Australia, the people who have been on there have been really successful in the past here in Australia.
A lot of success stories.
Some of the other shows, the singing shows, we haven't seen people go on at all, but the Idol winners have just been fantastic.
I think I know why. Because on Idol, it's all about the kids. Like, it's not about us. It's not about me or the other judges. It's really about them, and Idol is brilliant at finding these people in these obscure places and then following their stories and developing them and the audience kind of falls in love with them, and then it's old school. You know, they start with, hundreds, moves down to 50, 24, 12, and then down to 1, and people just love that process, and they also find great talent. Like, I'm not kidding. The talent that we saw in October was phenomenal, and I'm not exaggerating. You'll see what I mean when the show comes on Monday night. Like, it's really good. It's going to be very hard, for the Australian audience to pick a winner because it's a lot of talent.
Now, Harry, I was wondering, when I knew we were speaking to you, I thought, how did Harry get into music? So I was reading all about you. I mean, granted, I use Wikipedia, so that's touch and go. But is it true that your parents were both lawyers that also owned a record store?
Yeah, yes, that's true. But they owned a record store when they were putting themselves through law school. That was way before I was born. That was in the 50s. And so by the time I came along, I was born in 1967. They were already, the record shop wasn't happening anymore. But I grew up in New Orleans, and I had access to a lot of music, and that's what I loved. And so my parents made sure that I got a chance to play with a lot of the local musicians and be around music. And they made it, I was very lucky to have parents that were supportive. So I got lessons and I got training from a very early age. So that had a lot to do with it.
They must have had an amazing record collection left over from some of the stock from the shop.
Yeah, they just love music. So they they had a lot of records from the mid '50s on, and they played them around the house. I mean, it could have been jazz or classical or pop or whatever it was, but they were both fans of music. So my sister and I heard a lot of music growing up.
Well, you've sold 28 million records, so their investment definitely paid off. And on that, when we look at the judging panel, there's your record speaks for itself. Amy Shark, massively successful in this country. Meghan Trainor is a singer-songwriter. She's sold so much stuff. She's so successful. And then there's Kyle. And Kyle, is not a musician. And how does he go at judging musicians?
Well, the cool thing about, this panel is that we all have something completely different to offer. I mean, even among the three of us who do this for a living, we have, diverse opinions. I mean, sometimes, we're looking at the same singer and you'll get three completely different opinions. Sometimes we won't agree on, much at all. Like, even if, I might think they're really talented and maybe Amy doesn't, or vice versa. Yeah. So, Kyle brings his thing, Amy and Meghan bring their thing, and I try to bring my thing, and I think that's what, hopefully will give the people some, I think among the four of us, we'll probably say things that people in the audience at home will be saying, oh, yeah, I get that, I agree with that, and that's good, because you don't want everybody to kind of agree all the time.
No, 100%. Yeah. Do you get, I know what Cole's going to do, he's going to shit-can some of the artists. Do you, Harry, when you see some of them and they're just no good, are you honest and you're just like, no thanks, boop, see you later?
Or are you nice?
Well, I don't think it's nice or honest. I think it is about being honest, but I'm never like,
mean.
I mean, I think on one of the trailers I saw of the upcoming shows, I said, look, music's not for you. I mean, when they take that out of context, it's pretty harsh, but there's a little bit leading up to it. And listen, some of these folks really do not have a chance of making it in this business, and clearly they haven't been told that. And I don't think it's mean to say, I'm sure you have a lot of gifts, but this isn't you need to hear it. And I don't think that's mean, though. Do you think that's mean?
No, I think you saved them a hell of a lot of time because they've got a whole bunch of family around saying, you're so perfect, you're amazing. I really do think it's a missed opportunity for you, though, Harry. You should have gone back into your character, Daryl from Copycat. And then Daryl
could have... even imagine?
Daryl could have dealt with these people.
Yeah, maybe you could just say, I'm going to invoke Daryl.
Yeah, on the live shows, I'm going to sit there and slowly pull out a knife and just lick it.
Now we're talking, Harry.
But I'm not going to give anybody any, warning that I'm doing that. Right. I'm just going to be that guy, like, for one of the whole live shows.
And they will never go back to music
again.
That
does for my career now.
I say hashtag more Daryl.
We love your work, Harry. It's so great to catch up with you again and have you back in our country, when you're back for the live show. So thank you so much and enjoy the Vegemite.
Thanks, guys. I will. Good to talk to you, and I'll see you soon.
Bye.
Good on you, Harry. Take care, mate.
This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Sean.
Listen up, you brats. It's time to get schooled.
study, but you should because it's time to get schooled. For the best back-to-school bargains on big brands, head to Watertown Brand Outlet, Wellington Street, West Perth.
All right, time to get schooled, everybody. We hope you've been studying up. Today's specialist subject is English literature.
Welcome to the show, Michael from Morley. G'day, Mike.
G'day, mate.
Michael, did you do English or English literature at school?
English and a bit of the literature, just to get extra points.
Oh, just read the books. Yeah.
Well done, Michael.
Nice. Can you remember one of your English lit texts that you had to study?
No, I wasn't very good at it.
So not many extra points in the old bank there?
Nah, not really.
You gave it a crack, though. That's
I think one of his finest works that he read was Goosebumps.
That was a classic.
It was a good one.
It's a classic.
Yeah, it was a classic, wasn't it?
All right, Michael, there are 3 questions standing between you and $1,000, okay? You've got to get them all right or we'll move on to somebody else. Are you ready for question number 1?
Written in 1985, which dystopian novel by Margaret Atwood has been turned into a hit TV series?
Yeah, I lost already, eh?
You know what really sucks is we did have a question about Goosebumps.
We replaced it. Tegan, hello.
Hello.
Hi, Tegan. Same question, Tegan. Here we go.
Written in 1985, which dystopian novel by Margaret Atwood has been turned into a hit TV series?
I have absolutely no idea.
And time's up.
Oh, your time's up. So you can't even
Mike's in Melville. Hello.
Good morning, guys. How you going?
Mike.
All right, Mike. Written in 1985, which dystopian novel by Margaret Atwood has been turned into a hit TV series?
I'm going to go for The Handmaid's Tale.
That is a solid
That's
decision.
right.
Mike, you've knocked off question number 1.
Well done. There's 2 more to go now.
Two more to
Sean
go.
watches that show and goes, some really good ideas in that.
Tell you what,
He doesn't see it as dystopian. He sees it as sort of utopian.
That's well said.
Thank you. That's because I studied literature.
Yeah, Sean's been looking for real estate in Galliard.
All right, Mike, question number 2 coming your way.
Your question, Mike, how many lines are there in a sonnet?
I'll just say 3.
Incorrect. Thanks for playing, Mike.
Yep.
Anita, hello.
Hi, how you going?
All right, we're on
Anita.
question number 2, Anita.
Anita, how many lines are there in a sonnet?
Oh, I think there's 4.
You think incorrectly.
Incorrect.
Sorry, Anita.
Let's see if Simon knows. Hi, Simon.
Simon.
Hi.
Hi,
Hello.
Simon.
All right,
Simon.
same question.
Same
Here it
question
comes.
for you, Simon. How many lines are there in a sonnet?
5.
No, you're thinking of a limerick.
That's a quartet. 5 horses, isn't it, Sean?
Courtney, hello. That'd be a quintet.
Oh, quintet.
Courtney, okay. We're
Courtney.
talking poetry.
How many lines are there in a sonnet?
14.
She studied.
No, she didn't. She Googled.
It's studying, Nathan. It's still studying. All right, Courtney, you get to take on question number 3. Get this right, you win $1,000, okay?
Yeah.
You ready?
Yes.
By what other name is author Robert Galbraith known?
J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling?
I mean, you cheated in your exam.
I don't know if we take cheats.
It's really. Who's your partner there, Courts?
Yeah, who's this smart person?
I'm sorry, it's my housemate.
Okay.
Oh, well,
she's onto it.
She knows
Flash.
a lot.
Yeah.
Well, we have to give it, don't we?
Yeah,
You're going to have to
absolutely.
split the money with her, though, Courtney, because she did all the work there. You've scored $1,000 cash, all thanks to Watertown Brand Outlet. It's all yours.
Awesome, thank you.
No
we don't
worries.
condone cheating on
No,
your
we don't.
exams.
And moving forward, everybody, if you're going to cheat on the show,
Yeah,
just
do it quietly.
more subtly. You know what I mean?
Don't scream the answer. To whisper, at least.
Yeah.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
We're going to talk about the Australian Open right now, and one of the amazing things about the venue is the roof opens and closes.
Yes.
But being in Melbourne, when the roof opens, sometimes rain gets in.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it
Because it
does.
takes a while to close as well.
Yeah.
So, you know,
it
even
doesn't
when
just go push.
Yeah, that's right. It doesn't slam shut.
And there's like a bird in there. It's got to give the seagulls a chance
Yes,
to survive.
that's right.
So people are going off about this image of the ball kids on their hands and knees
With towels.
girls drying the court. They're saying because these kids are volunteers.
Yes.
Which means they're not paid. It's unpaid labour.
And that has been questionable already because of the hours that they're having to work late into the night and the fact that other big Grand Slam tournaments do pay their ball kids and we don't. So that had already been in the news. And then that footage of them on their hands and knees, like with wringing towels out, you go... They're slaves at this point.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
There's 2,500 kids apply to be ball kids every year, so they are lining up with 1 in 5 of them actually being successful. So, but here's the funny thing, right? The prize pool is $76.5 million that's on the table for those participating.
Skim a little off the top.
You could skim a little and give it because kids at the US Open they get paid,
and they're not asking to be paid $50 an hour. I think just a token payment to say we appreciate your fine work over the last.
At the US Open, $15 an hour. The kids
sometimes in extreme heat as well.
Yep.
No, sometimes
Wimbledon.
They pass out.
At Wimbledon, the ball kids are given a flat rate of $351 a week.
Yeah, but then if the money is taken out of that $76 million of, that means that Novak's
pay for the fuel for his private jet.
2.5 million. It might be
2.499.
But you know what? It would even be a really great, I don't know,
if the players
volunteered something. Like, we will give you 0.5% of my winnings. Or, you know what I mean? Like, even just like a gesture would be nice.
I agree.
Because I tell you right now...
Sean doesn't.
These kids...
It's a voluntary position and people are dying to do that thing. Bad luck.
But sometimes you exploit them.
Sometimes you volunteer...
They don't have to do it.
Let me finish.
Still.
Sometimes you can volunteer for something and then not realise what's about to happen.
Yeah, that's right. And the other thing is the tournament can't operate without them. They are a vital service.
The tournament's been going how long?
Well...
And since that period, the volunteers have been there.
Oh. So,
what's wrong?
I know. I'm just saying. Like, the thing is,
time to change. Pay the kids.
Whether that be it, I'm just talking about in a bigger thing. Is that sometimes you volunteer for something you don't know what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah,
that's right.
That's
one minute you think you're going to be handing a ball to Tsitsipas, and the next minute you're on your hands and knees with a sopping wet towel while the world's watching you.
Yeah. You're going, when I get home from tonight's match, I'm going to watch some Netflix and not realising you're getting home at 5 a.m. and your mum's furious at you. I think you need to be really wary about volunteering sometimes.
I mean, it's amazing to volunteer because what you're doing is you're giving your time and you are doing good for the community. And a lot of organisations, I don't think the Australian Open's one of them, rely on volunteers because if they had to pay them, they couldn't survive.
Yes.
And so volunteering for those organisations so important, but sometimes
you regret it.
You find out that there's a bit more to that volunteer gig than you originally anticipated.
That's what we want to talk about. We want to know if you've had volunteer regrets. All right? So, it's great you did it, but, you wish you didn't. We're going to give somebody $300 to spend at Matilda Bay Restaurant. Matilda Bay Restaurant's Cray on the Bay, fresh local crayfish, just $49 from now until the end of March.
Look, we know you're a good person that you volunteered it out of the goodness of your heart, but then there's a tiny bit of you, either resented it or fully regretted it. That's what we want to talk about.
Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
You're wearing your Britney Spears, or what is it, Ariana Grande?
Ariana Grande, I am.
Again,
You have such a good nose.
And you know what? It's actually pronounced Ariana Grande.
Grande.
Yeah.
Grande.
Grande.
Is that true? Brody Grande.
I don't think so.
Ariana.
If it's Italian, it's Grande.
No, it's Grande. Yep.
Well, it would be...
Grande.
I imagine it would be Spanish.
Yeah, Ariana Grande.
I think she's Italian.
Is she?
I think so. Can anyone tell her?
Harry's going to tell us.
She said, you say Grande.
Grande.
She said it. Grande.
Grande.
Yep, Grande.
Grande is pronounced Grande.
Yep.
Like the Andes.
Oh, anyway, Harry will get back to us with some details on her heritage, and you give us the traffic update.
Okay.
Harry, what have you got?
They say Grand Day.
I mean, I didn't get very far, to be honest with you. American singer.
So, she is of Italian descent.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
that should be
Sicilian and Abruzzese roots.
Oh, should we do the Google how to pronounce thing?
Yes.
Let's do that. Let's get this up here.
Grande literally means big in Italian.
All right, here we go.
Ariana Grande.
It's not, because there's a video of her saying Grande. That's how you're supposed to say it.
So Google Ariana Grande saying Ariana Grande.
But you know what, though? So many people try and fancy up their, or, you know what I mean, the way they say their last names.
But that's unfancying it.
Yeah.
Grande doesn't sound as good as Grande.
Yeah.
What a time.
We got the video, Harry?
Yeah, but it's 5 minutes.
How many times did you say your name?
And Chrissy Teigen, by the way, is Chrissy Teigen.
That one I believe.
Yeah. And Jake Gyllenhaal is Jake Gyllenhaal. Because it's Swedish. No, it's supposed to say Gyllenhaal.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
But I also have an album to drop and a tour to finish before I make any of these decisions.
Okay. She's deciding on how to say last name.
No. She's not going to start there. She's not going to start there.
Shall we maybe get back to the Timothée Chalamet is Timothée Chalamet.
Timothée, yeah, because it's French, yeah.
Oh. Should we get back to the topic at hand? Or?
Sorry, we're somewhat distracted, but we've got a conversation to have about volunteering. Remember when you put your hand up for something and then you realise there was a bit more to the job than you originally anticipated, like these poor ball kids at this Oz Open. Now they're super soppers as well. Angela's in Duncraig. Hello.
Yeah, hi guys, how are you?
Good, Angela.
Okay.
How do you say your name, Angela? I just want to be clear.
Ange, who volunteered? What's the story?
Well, I wasn't actually the volunteer. I kindly volunteered my daughter to come and help at a sporting event that we had here.
Oh, nice.
And she didn't realise, she thought she was just going to be helping some kids out. Unfortunately, she had to wear the mascot suit and walk around, which she was absolutely thrilled about.
Yes.
She had to walk around for the day and she had to meet people and be nice to the kids and then get on the ground and do things. And the poor thing, she was sweating like you wouldn't believe. It was such a hot day. By the time she took it off, she'd almost passed out. The poor thing, she had chafing everywhere.
Oh, that's a stitch up by you.
We had to go home because she even needed a change of clothes.
Sweetheart. Yeah. What was the mascot character?
A kookaburra.
Oh.
So it was pretty
Angela,
funny.
you're a terrible mother. Terrible mother.
She must have been furious at you at the end of the day.
And she didn't get paid for it. It was all voluntary.
She doesn't really want to volunteer anymore.
No, I'm not surprised.
Yes. But that's what mums do, isn't it? We're good like that.
Yeah.
Mate.
Well done, Angela.
Thank you.
Angela.
She dies. Jackie's in South Guildford. Hey, Jackie.
Hey, guys. How you going?
Good, Jackie.
What voluntary position did you regret?
Well, my now husband of almost 27 years, when we were first dating, we met on a blind date. Second date, he said to me, tomorrow I'm volunteering at an animal refuge. Would you like to come? And I really like him.
He loves animals. What
Can I just say, the stuff people do at the start of a relationship, you didn't want to go. Be like, okay, I better act like I love it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm thinking, nice, fluffy animals. Yes. I can do that. And I really like this guy. So got ready the next day. We went to the animal refuge and they gave me this big glove. And I'm thinking, okay. And then they handed me this box, like a clip lid on it, and I'm thinking, okay, no, this is good. I can, this is really cute. There's fluffy little wombats and everything everywhere.
So much fun.
They lead me down the corridor, and I kid you not, in the crate were live mice, and I had to put my hand in and grab the live mice and feed them to an eagle.
Jackie!
So cool, because I was like, no, I can do this. I really like this guy. I have to do it. It was the grossest thing ever, and these poor little live mice are getting devoured by this massive eagle.
Oh,
sorry.
I'm sorry. If it was dead mice, I'd be okay. It'd be better if it was dead mice. But just seeing you end the life of something.
I know.
But you're sustaining the life of an eagle.
I know.
I'd just feel wrong.
I know.
It was an animal rescue shelter, wouldn't it?
And I love that.
Putting my hand in, and all these mice are just running around all over
that's
my
gross
glove,
as
and
well.
I'm like, oh.
And then you thought, yeah, this is the man for me.
I can't believe that for a volunteer position, you got eagle feeding. I thought some people would be sweeping out a pen or something.
Yeah,
but you got eagle feeding. Oh, okay. I wasn't expecting
Great work.
that.
Thank you, Jackie. That was a journey.
We're going to ask for more.
Yeah, let's do it. Have you found yourself in a voluntary position, but it came with a few strings attached, and you almost immediately regretted putting your hand up to do something for free?
Nathan, Nat and Sean and the podcast.
Mel, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, honey. Yeah, we're good. Show's nearly over. We're like all up and about. All right, what happened, Mel?
Right. So a couple of years ago, I worked for a particular telecommunications company named Zell, and I got really excited at the fact that when they were announcing the next car rally that was to be it happened down at Langley Park.
Yes.
Yep.
And they required some staff to volunteer to be spectator marshal.
Oh, amazing. Okay.
Yes, and I'm thinking, oh, great. And, you know, the adrenaline rush.
Yeah, you'll be able to watch it.
Wow. Definitely. And, you know, that sensation of hearing the cars as they and feeling it through your body. That sounds excellent.
What a thrill.
So got down there and we did like, you know, your 5-hour to 6-hour daily shift. So it was just like having a job and you know, working for that amount of hours, and you go off on your break.
Yeah.
So I started out there from, you know, the morning, having breakfast, and got through to the evening, cut a long story short.
Yep.
And the distance of where you had to spectator marshal was practically maybe about 200 to 2.5 metres away from where the cars would be
zipping
going
around.
Super fast, zipping around, and the sound of those loud motor engines, and between that and the spectators of where the, you know, those seats, how they sort of went up on the road.
Yeah.
So you were down there on the ground level, right in front of the cars as they're zipping around. This is fantastic going through, and the hit towards the evening time, and it's getting a bit darker. Cut a long story short again.
I don't think you're cutting a long story short, but I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Keep going.
You can imagine, you know, that feeling of excitement as well.
I know.
Something then suddenly told me when it started hitting dark and you're hearing the sound of these engines coming past and you know the distance is not that far away. I sort of was thinking, maybe this might have not been such a good idea after all. So my excitement soon turned into this
terror,
scariness and terror. It's like, what have I done?
So you quickly became terrified for your life, is what you're saying, Mel.
That's it.
See, that's cutting a long story short.
Leave Mel alone.
You're right on there.
No, Mel, that was beautiful. I loved every hour of it.
We didn't realise you were telling the story in real time.
I love it.
No, thanks, Mel. You're a legend. Leah's in Falcon. Hello.
Good morning, guys.
Hi, Leah. Okay. When did you regret volunteering, Leah?
I volunteered for a dental study years ago when I had funny teeth.
Yeah.
And at the time, I was looking after an exchange student, and she was a spoilt little brat and wouldn't get out of bed. So I'm trying to get her to go to school. Literally, obviously, couldn't put my hands on her or anything.
That's the worst.
Which is actually the problem of the exchange program.
Leah, what are they making all these rules for?
Leah, what
we should do
country
a
was she
dummy
from?
tomorrow. Do you wish you could hit?
What country was she from, Leah?
You know, an Asian country, but that's all I'm going to say. But she was just very rich and very spoilt. So anyway, So anyway, that was all good, but couldn't get her out of bed. Trying to get to Perth, you know, living south of Mandurah. Eventually got her out of bed, tearing up the old back roads back in the day. Of course, the coppers were coming the other way, pulled me over, $400 fine. And at the time, I didn't have my rego sticker updated on my car, so they're like checking out my new rego sticker. Where's your new rego sticker? Well, it's in the car, but I haven't put it on.
Yeah. Yes.
They let me off that bit, but $400 fine stuck, so I wasn't happy.
So you had to pay $400 to volunteer, basically, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
To cut a long story short.
Don't. That was so good. No, that was a good one. And you know what? You should be able to hit exchange students. And that's what I'm taking from that.
That's what I took out of that.
Yes, that's right.
The waters are a bit muddy.
You should be able to strike them down as soon as they misbehave. Welcome to Australia.
Good morning to all the exchange students listening to us right
Yeah, come stay at my house. Got a spare bedroom.
We haven't finished.
No, Emily's going to finish us off one way or the other. Hello, Em.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, Em.
Now, did you volunteer for something and somewhat regret it?
I sure did. We had to do work experience when I was at school, and I think I was about 15 years old, living in Queensland at the time and really into animals. So put my hand up to go to Reef World, this amazing aquarium.
Yes, that's right.
And they thought, this is fantastic. I've got an unsuspecting victim. Emptied the whole seal tank out and I had to shovel knee-deep seal poo out of their huge big tank.
Okay, so it just goes to the bottom.
Yeah, it just, you don't see it from the top. It was huge. I wouldn't have any idea how many litres, but obviously enough for a sea lion to swim around and be happy for the rest of his life.
Oh, sweetheart.
Have a dump.
Can I tell you right now?
What do you
everybody,
think, they go to the toilet?
Everybody?
Just fly at the top, you get a scoop, I don't know.
That was cutting a long story short.
Well done, Emily. Well done.
That was a good one.
All right, we're about to go to the 9:30 news.
I tell you what.
I was
lost a few times then.
Oh my God, can I say, Angela, Jackie, Mel, Leo and Emily, you're in with the chance to be to live free for 23.
There you are.
Even though it's now 24.
We missed our 6-week break. $300 to spend at Matilda Bay Restaurant. Matilda Bay Restaurant's cray on the bay, everyone. Fresh local crayfish for just $49 from now until the end of March. It's going to go back to Jackie, who started us off, but there was some absolute doozies in there.
Jackie was the live mice and the eagle, right?
Yeah.
On a second date. Yeah.
I mean, she told that story on Monday.
I swear, today's podcast you want to download because there's some gems in there.
If you nodded off during some of those stories.
Eagles, mice, potatoes.
Ellie is
Rally Australia.
Gagging to tell us the news.
Nathan, Nat and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.